Hey guys, how we doing? It's Cryptoinsightuk here, bringing you back another YouTube video. We've got so much to talk about in this video. We're going to go over CBDCs, we're going to go over XRP, going to go over a chart that I'm pretty bullish on, and my thoughts on the markets in general, both in the crypto space and the wider economy, with equities, and a little look into the DXY right at the end. Sorry I've not been that active on YouTube and social media in general. Have lost a little bit of motivation for creating video content specifically. I'm way more active over there on Twitter, so if you don't already follow me, go and follow me at Cryptoinsightuk. I do want to get back into creating videos, but with the market going up, I felt like people needed less help than normal, so it kind of gave me the excuse to sit back a little bit, which may or may not be a good thing for you guys in the audience. So I apologise if you've been missing my content. I'm still here, still tweeting all the time, like loads of times a day when possible. I've also been like back home with my family at the minute, so I'm enjoying some time with them before I plan my next trip. So that's another reason why I'm just trying to take life in a little bit more. But yeah, let me just jump into this video because that's what it's about. So we're going to start with the Bank of England, who, as you can see on the screen behind me, they released their concept paper for a digital pound CBDC. We're just going to look at how that may or may not affect Ripple and XRP. The document's huge. This is the document here. You just literally click this link and it opens up this document here, which is the digital pound, a new form of money for household and businesses. 116 pages long, but if we go to 65, as you can see in the top left, I just search 65 there, it takes us to, for some reason, 63. But if we go to 65 here, it talks about Ripple specifically, but I just want to show you which section of the paper this is in. It's for a wholesale CBDC, specifically what it's talking about here. So it's talking about enabling the private sector with the RTGS renewal program, which is obviously the real-time gross settlement. That's what it's talking about here. It's talking about distributed ledger technology, proof of concept, which I've gone over many times. We went over it last year when I did a whole live breakdown of what I think his name was it John Glenn, who was the assistant secretary to the Treasury below Sunak when he was there, and they did a speech about crypto in general, central bank digital currencies, distributed ledger technology, etc. And I related it a lot to Ripple because they've been testing with the Bank of England since 2016, which kind of gets overlooked quite a lot. And here they, even in the first bullet point, they mention R3. R3 had a settlement with Ripple back in the day for about 1 billion XRP. So they hold at least 1, if not 2 billion XRP on their balance sheet that they can settle with as one of their options that they provide for their settlement layer in the settlement system that they run. So this is where specifically it gets interesting. Cross-border synchronization, a joint project with Ripple demonstrating that synchronized FX transactions in 2 different simulated RTGS systems can be achieved, leading to the incorporation of synchronization functionality into the roadmap for renewal. They're talking about private and public sector like sandboxes that work together. In the bottom here, we've got the links to Ripple's proof of concept from 2017, and like what more is there needed to be said, guys. So they're showing you they've been testing with Ripple since 2017. That's now 6 years, and they're again talking about it within their CBDC paper. And talking about it in a positive way, they talk about Avalanche and Ethereum and the use of smart contracts in this, and how that cannot be directly linked into the infrastructure of a central bank digital currency, but may come on the wider peripheries. With this, they're specifically talking about that it could have a place within the new form of money, digital pound, CBDC. So let's see what happens. Nothing's obviously guaranteed, but it's definitely positive. Price action hasn't really reflected this yet. Who really knows why that is? Obviously, we're still under the lawsuit. It's an easy speculation to make that it could be the lawsuit that's suppressing price action right now. We know that Ripple are growing year over year outside of the US. Let's see what the US do, and let's see how this lawsuit ends. To the best of our knowledge, and from the information that we get from the space, from the best attorneys in the space, people who are following this case, like Jeremy Hogan, James Phelan, John Deaton, they think that this case is coming to an end sooner rather than later. March the 31st is the date that's been floated around on or before that for potential news from Judge Torres about the summary judgment in the Ripple versus SEC case. Now I'm going to just quickly move on to a bit of price action. We're going to look at ApeCoin again. I've been talking about this a lot. If you read my newsletter, you'll have been averaging in from down in these prices. I did say when we got up to about 580 to maybe consider taking some profits. If you're still in this trade, I personally believe that we are going to go higher. So what I'm going to just show you here is a bit of a hidden bullish divergence here, meaning the RSI has formed a lower low on the daily time frame, and the price action is holding a higher low. Sorry. And this, if you want to just check it out, look, here's it's a hidden bullish divergence. So it's quite a nice little chart there if you want to go and check that out. Just search bearish divergence or bullish divergence in Google, and you should get this nice and easy to read divergence book, essentially, or image that shows you. So we've got hidden bullish divergence there, which means that we should see further price action to the upside. Bitcoin looks to be pushing up towards the upside again today, even after yesterday's CPI reads came in a little higher than expected, with month over month yesterday at 0.4%, year over year was 6.4%, expected at 6.2%, so it did come in a bit higher than expected. Normally the repercussions of that may be that we see a bit of a sell-off in the market, because people would then suspect that monetary policy may stay hawkish for longer. However, it looks so far that we are starting to see a push towards the upside, and let's look into the traditional finance sector specifically. If we look at the S&P or the SPY, this is something that I've been talking about again a lot in my newsletter. I think it looks pretty bullish. We're kind of in like a bull flag. We've had this raise up. We're having this like almost parallel channel, descending parallel channel coming in, and when we get a breakout to the upside, we could look for the same sort of length break as the pole of the flags, so to say, and that would take us up towards all-time highs. I would suggest if we do get a break like that, then we will see all-time highs. A lot of people are super bearish, and again, this looks like a bull pennant for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Just nice and easy to see, nice and easy to spot there. We come up into a bull pennant, and then boom, can we break out of there? You can either take this reading for a breakout target, is obviously very inaccurate. Boom, gives us a great all-time high target there, maybe for a double top on all-time high, or you could take the flagpole again. That's just the Amazon stock that I talked about a long while ago. I talked about entering in and around here because it was in value town. But anyway, that's about all I wanted to show you. Just finish on the DXY, which again I touched on in the newsletter, saying what it was going to do, and it has essentially done that. I would like to see it roll over here and start to come down, reject this level that we were talking about for so long. When we were at the top here and we had these three descending peaks that I talked about, said we were going to head down towards this grey box area, which we did. We found some resistance on there, or support. We found some support on there, and then got stuck underneath moving averages, came down again. I said last week in the newsletter, I feel like it's overextended from the moving averages, and at some point it will come up to retest this old support level as potential resistance, confirm that, and then look to head lower, looking down towards this 99 region. But let's see what happens. Anything can happen here. These are the times where if you're a trader, you're like more on edge. You predict where you think the market's going to go in terms of what looks likely, but then when it gets to those areas, you wait for the market to give you the sign. I would presume, because just to follow trend, that we will continue downwards, but nothing's ever a certain trading. You just have to do the best of the information that you've got. So let's wait to see what the market gives us as an indication. If I was trading this, I could, if I was trading this specific chart, which I've never traded the DXY specifically. I trade like the dollar against the pound. I don't even know if you can trade the DXY specifically, but a stop loss up here in like 104.45-ish, and then just to take profit lower than here, like probably down towards 99 would be a nice little trade. It'd be a decent risk reward on that as well. But that's where I'd be looking at taking a trade. I'm not taking any leverage trades at the minute. I think the market's too volatile. I closed out the ape long that I put on in here. I closed that out around here, 560, 570. So did pretty well on that, but let's see what happens next. I am bullish on ape. I'm bullish on XRP. I think we're just waiting for some fundamental news, maybe from the lawsuit, to really start or spark another run for XRP. The daily does look like it's close to crossing the moving average. If we get positive price action today from the crypto market, we could look for another leg up. But I think for XRP specifically, it needs to be accompanied by some news from the lawsuit. Get these eyes back on XRP specifically. See if we could break some of these resistance levels. If we can start breaking properly out of these resistance levels, we are really going to be on looking at $1 plus, in my opinion. Once we break out of those, especially if we get lawsuit news, guys, the sky's the limit. I personally believe the top that I'm looking for in this cycle could be between $13 and $15. A lot of people may or may not agree. Don't really care. That's my opinion. I've showed many times why I think that through a mixture of Fibonacci retracement and extensions, market caps in previous cycles, how it's performed in previous cycles, where it's gone. If you want to look at more historical data, go and check out CoinTrader Pro. It's got XRP data going all the way back to 2013. But yeah, other than that, guys, for now, there's not too much to talk about. I talked about a few small caps on Twitter, and I am still bullish on metaverse tokens, which is like this section here on my watch list. Pause the video if you want to have a look at them. And other than that, yeah, that's it. Thank you for tuning into my video, guys. If you enjoyed, please share it with a friend, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace up, 8 town down, as Usher would say.